How was your feeling on that day?
Nervous.
Nervous? Okay. 자, 그러면 오늘 또 새로운 내용으로 발표를 하겠습니다. 자, 시작!
Hello everyone, my name is Choi Ye-rim and I'm 10 years old. Today I will tell you a story about Christmas. Please listen carefully. A Christmas Carol, Bah Humbug. Everyone in London knew old Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. He was very rich and very mean businessman. He was a miser. His business partner, Jacob Marley, had been a miser too. He had died 7 years before. Money was everything to them. Almost no one in London knew Bob Cratchit. He was just a young man and he was Scrooge's clerk. He worked in a corner of Scrooge's office. He was a very nice person. Everyone who knew him liked him. On Christmas Eve, Bob Cratchit went to see his boss. Mr. Scrooge, may I stay home tomorrow? It's Christmas, you know. Bah, humbug, cried the old man. But Mr. Scrooge, Scrooge turned to the clerk. All right, go, take the day off, but I won't pay you. Will you come to my home tomorrow? Asked Bob. Christmas Eve for idiot, the old man snarled. Get out, you fool. Bob quietly left the office. He hurried home to be with his loving family. A night before Christmas, Scrooge lived alone in a big, old, gloomy house. He went home alone on Christmas Eve. He opened the front door, but he stopped and stared. There was an image on the door knocker. It was Jacob Marley's face. Ah, cried Scrooge, backing away. He looked again. The image was gone. Marley died 7 years before, he said to himself, and I don't believe in ghosts. He went to the kitchen and carried some snacks to his bedroom. He lit a candle, sat down, and ate some cold porridge. Suddenly, he heard noises in the house. He felt chilly. He jumped up to put another log on the fire. Then he turned. There was a white image on the doorway. It was Jacob. There was an image on the doorway. Humbug, he yelled. This is a trick. Get out of here. The image did not leave. Slowly, it turned into Jacob Marley. Scrooge, the ghost said, you are an evil man. Who are you? Scrooge asked. You're no ghost. There are no ghosts. I must be dreaming. I was evil too, said the ghost. Now I regret it. I wish I had been good to people. Why did you come here? Scrooge asked. To warn you. Change your ways before it's too late. You'll find out more tonight. Then the image faded. Marley's ghost was gone. Scrooge felt afraid. However, he climbed into bed and fell asleep. The big clock struck 1. It was very dark. Christmas passed. Suddenly, the bedroom could become very bright. Scrooge woke up and saw a strange creature by his bed. It had a child face, but long white hair like an old man. Who are you? Scrooge asked. The ghost of the Christmas past, the creature said. You're past. Then the small ghost took Scrooge by the hand. They flew away to another time. Scrooge was a little boy. A pretty little girl ran to the boy and hugged him. I love you, dear brother. And then she died. Scrooge began to cry. In a flash, he was back in his bed again. The ghost of the Christmas past disappeared. Christmas present. At 3 in the morning, there was another flash of light. This time, it was a ghost of the Christmas present. Come, said the spirit. Scrooge could not resist. In an instant, they were at Bob Cratchit's tiny house. Scrooge and the ghost were invisible. Father, I love you, cried Tiny Tim, Bob's son. He wore a leg brace and couldn't walk without help. Bob was carrying him on his shoulder. Time to eat, said Bob's wife. There were 6 children in the family. They all sat down and looked at a big roast goose. First, we should pray for Mr. Scrooge. But he's so mean, cried Tiny Tim. Yes, he is, said Bob agreed. And that's why he needs our love. He's alone and sad. Don't you be sad tonight. Scrooge began to weep. He couldn't speak. He shut his eyes and sobbed. Then he was in his bed again. A Christmas future. The clock struck 5. Scrooge awoke. Scrooge jumped up and saw another ghost by his bed. This
그 다음은요.
Scrooge asked where they were going. The spirit said nothing. He just grabbed the old man's arm. They flew to the air to a cemetery. It was the same cemetery where Jacob Marley was buried. Why are we here? Scrooge asked. The ghost pointed to his tombstone. It had Ebenezer Scrooge on it. No, no, cried Scrooge. But the ghost just grinned. He looked again. His grave was dirty. Weeds grew around it. The other tombstones in the cemetery were very careful. Scrooge's grave was the only dirty one. The spirit of Christmas. Bob's children were happy. They got warm socks for a red present. Bob and his wife happily watched their children. Ho, ho, Merry Christmas, cried a voice outside. There stood Ebenezer Scrooge. He carried a sack full of gifts. Mr. Scrooge, welcome, he said. Bob said in surprise. Here, children, take this present. He then turned to Bob and his wife. I learned something last night. Some things are more important than money. Come, sit down with us. But he was too late. Ebenezer Scrooge was walking away, whistling a Christmas carol. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.
와, 그래서 원더풀 프레젠테이션 잘했어요. 네.